You are watching Cold Fusion TV.
Hi, Dagogo here, and welcome to another Cold Fusion video. In my living memory, whenever you wanted to watch a video, it had to be on VCR, and then later came the DVD player, and then we moved over to cable networks, and now there's YouTube. But only just 25 years ago, streaming videos over the internet was pretty much the stuff of science fiction. The YouTube phenomena in of itself has only been around for 10 years, and it already has definitely changed the world. The sheer size and influence of YouTube is truly mind-boggling. In this video, we'll take a look at exactly how this platform rose to prominence and just how big it is. So first of all, the size. The 7 billion hours of video watched every month. Also, it would take you 4 straight days of watching just to view the amount of video uploaded every 60 seconds. But surprisingly, 80% of all YouTube views are outside of the United States of America. In terms of size on the web, YouTube is the 3rd most visited site on the internet and the 2nd largest search engine on the internet. So this gives you a very quick glimpse into how big YouTube actually is right now. But where did all this come from? And how did this happen? Well, let me tell you a little story. In one way, it all starts with Elon Musk. Yes, that guy that's planning to send people to Mars and already has his own space company, and the same guy who created the all-electric car company, Tesla. As impressive as this was, prior to all of this, Elon Musk also co-founded a website called PayPal. And as it turns out, 3 employees of PayPal would go on to change the world. Their names are Chad Hurley, Steve Chen, and Jawed Karim. After their days at PayPal, they were interested in creating a video dating website called TuneIn Hookup. It was a site where people could upload videos of themselves in order to find dates. And as you could guess, it didn't really work all too well, as most people weren't really interested in the idea. But as it so often happens with these things, serendipity would strike. One day, Jawed happened to notice how hard it was to find a video of Janet Jackson's wardrobe malfunction anywhere on the internet. This sparked an idea, and the lack of Janet's wardrobe malfunction was realized as a market need, and the solution to this need would change the world. They just needed the right formula, and the perfect formula was found within the existing video sharing site TuneIn Hookup, whose name was later changed to YouTube. The website was founded on February 14th, 2005 in a humble room above a pizza shop in California. The first video was titled Me at the Zoo, and it was by Jawed Karim, uploaded on April 23rd, 2005. It wasn't long before YouTube had its first 1 million hit video. This happened in September 2005, and it was actually a Nike ad. This ad featured the Brazilian player Ronaldinho, and it made Nike one of the first companies to embrace YouTube's promotional potential. By November 2005, the site had already received $3.5 million in venture capital. In June of 2006, NBC and YouTube struck a deal. This helped the traditional media company enter the digital age. After this, it wasn't long before the site caught the attention of Google, and in October 2006, the site was acquired for a cool $1.65 billion.
Hi YouTube, this is Chad and Steve. We're the co-founders of the site, and we just want to say thank you. Today we have some exciting news for you. We've been acquired by Google.
Yeah, thanks. Thanks to every one of you guys that have been contributing to YouTube, the community. We wouldn't be anywhere close to where we are without the help of this community. Thanks a lot.
At the time, Google called it the next step in the evolution of the internet. It was a pretty bold thing to say at the time because the company only had 65 employees. Things just kept going from strength to strength for YouTube, and that year, YouTube was one of the fastest growing sites on the entire internet. There was obviously something special here, but this was really just the beginning. The site was about to become oh so personal for many individuals around the world. In May 2007, the YouTube Partner Program came into the picture. This personally changed the lives of many people. For the first time, YouTube made it possible for everyday people to turn their hobbies into a business. About a year later, the most successful users were earning 6-figure incomes from YouTube. In the same year, 7 out of the 16 presidential candidates announced their campaigns via YouTube. And in July, YouTube and CNN hosted their first presidential debate, featuring citizen-submitted video questions. This was also the first time in debate history where user-generated video drove the debate. For some reason, this somewhat reminds me of the first televised presidential debate between Nixon and Kennedy in 1960. At the time, many said that if it wasn't for the televised session, Kennedy would have never been elected. So the question is, did YouTube actually play a part in history this time? Continuing with the story. In August of 2007, Google finally decided it was time to start making money and rolled out the first advertisements. After this, it wasn't long before YouTube truly became mainstream. In 2009, Congress and the Vatican launched their YouTube channels, and by 2011, features such as YouTube's live streaming allowed real-time footage of anything from the royal wedding to the Olympics to live concerts or news coverage. In the same year, it became clear that YouTube could do even bigger things. It could influence world history. During the 2011 Arab Spring, YouTube played an instrumental role in disseminating messages of freedom and democracy. It demonstrated that major cultural movements could now be influenced by social media. On a different note, and in the same year, the channel Majestic Casual was founded, and some say that this channel influenced internet music culture. With an acute taste for various types of cutting-edge future music of various genres, it brought the music into the limelight, which is now heard everywhere. From 2012 onwards, YouTube never really looked back. Over the years, every few months, new features have been added to the dismay or joy of many, but regardless, saw the exponential growth of the website. It really has become its own living, breathing culture, which is amazing for the short amount of time that it's really been around in full force. So that's all well and good, but what other interesting things are there about YouTube? Just how big is it now? Well, it's bigger than TV, according to Google Executive Chairman Eric Schmidt. He already says YouTube is replacing TV watching as a whole. He goes on to say that the future of YouTube is now. This was in reference to YouTube having passed 1 billion unique visitors every month. But he says it's not finished yet. He goes on to say, wait until we get to 6 billion or 7 billion unique users a month. But that was 2 years ago, and now everyone is starting to realize just how big YouTube is, even the TV advertisers. Advertisers are now starting to turn from TV to YouTube, and one of those ways is through Google's preferred program, where exclusive advertisers, which many of them are from TV, can choose to advertise on premium YouTube channels. Not only this, but some very real celebrities have actually made their start from YouTube. Apologetically, one that comes to mind is Justin Bieber. But apart from that, we have shows like Broad City and Workaholics, which were two mirroring concept shows that got their start from YouTube skits. And now they have full seasons on primetime TV, and are both enjoying a lot of success. But that's not all. Some quite interesting phenomena is happening just by the sheer amount of video that's on there. When you just have so many people uploading videos, some strange things are bound to happen. A large number of people have started to upload their old VHS tapes digitally. And because there are just so many people doing this, we can already construct entire decades of TV. So much so that if you were a couch potato 20 years ago that never went outside and just sat down and watched TV all day, the simulation that we get from all these YouTube videos can already be pretty accurate. You may be wondering what I'm talking about here and how do I know this? Well, this is my case in point right here. There exists a very clever website that was made to mimic the TV reality of the 1970s, 1980s, and 1990s. The sites are called My 70s TV, My 80s TV, and My 90s TV respectively. And on here, you can watch comedy, commercials, drama, game shows, movies, music, news, specials, sports, talk shows, movie trailers, and just everything from a particular year. There's more videos being added all the time, but already it works like an actual TV of the decade. I may be alone on this one, but I personally think this is one of the most amazing things I've ever seen on the internet. It's really like unfiltered history. So just finishing off, there's so much I could say about YouTube, but it's clear that the community is very vibrant, as there's new forms of infotainment with channels such as Vsauce or Veritasium, or even channels for straight learning such as 60 Symbols or Crash Course. There's everything from hilarious prank videos with channels such as Big Doss TV or Andrew Hales, amazing special effects with Corridor Digital or Freddy View, or just straight up comedy with Smosh, Ownage Pranks and Nigger Higger, Community Channel, or even the stranger comedy of How to Basic, who by the way actually lives around the corner from me in Perth. I've actually deduced that by some of the surroundings in his videos, and I found that absolutely hilarious. Coming to a close, YouTube definitely has changed the world politically, personally for the lives of many, and collectively in the way we communicate with each other and tend to consume media throughout society. It's all very, very interesting, and only time will tell where this platform goes in another 10 years. Video on demand has never been so diverse and has never been so good. So, looking at the big picture, All of this really just started from 3 good friends realizing that there was no existing way of sharing an embarrassing video of Janet Jackson. It's funny the way things go. Anyway, this has been Dagogo, and you've been watching Cold Houston. Don't forget to leave a comment, give a thumbs up, and subscribe if you're new. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you again soon for the next video. Cheers guys, have a good one.
Cold Fusion. It's new thinking.
Hey guys, Dagogo here. Just want to thank you guys for watching my YouTube documentary, or the documentary on YouTube. I just think it's kind of fascinating that this whole phenomena, which I'm even a part of, started because 3 guys just had a good idea and just really went for it. So it's a really cool story when you think about it, and I just thought I'd like to share that with you guys. But yeah, as you saw by the end of that video, the Voxus launcher is still being worked on. Sorry that it's taken so long, you know. The pipeline that we've got is only really small. We've only got me as a designer and a coder working on the implementation of the Voxus launcher, and he's busy with some other client work as well over the past couple of months, and I've just started full-time work as well, which is another reason why the video uploads haven't been as regular. So I'm still trying to find that balance between uploading videos and actually working full-time. So you know, don't worry guys, like things will get smoothed out in a while. So I just want to thank you for your patience, for you guys who have been hanging in there. But yeah, I think that's all I really had to say. So yeah, you guys have a good one, and I'll see you again soon for the next video. Cheers guys.